you ran track, became the fastest kid in the school. You were a switch hitting catcher in baseball. You played quarterback and kicker and football, forward, and basketball. How all-consuming was sport for you?
Well, my dad was a 13 letterman, or no, let's say he might be 11. 11 letters in 3 years of high school, which is 3 in basketball, baseball, and football. And he started the golf team. And he started the golf team in his junior year. So he was also a city tennis champion. So my dad was a very good athlete. So my dad introduced me to everything. And I've always believed that your body is best developed by playing more than one sport. I've never been a gym rat. I've always gone to play a sport to develop my body in different ways. I mean, we skied. I water skied, then I snow skied, hunted, fished. I was recruited at Ohio State for basketball, and not that I probably would have played, but I was at least good enough to be recruited.
Right.
And
by Ohio State.
By Ohio State,
Right.
And they won the NCAA when I was there, and so I've always felt like developing your body was good. So I've always run a little bit all my life, and I hate seeing what the kids do today. I hate seeing a kid saying, "Oh, you got to specialize at age 8 years old, or you'll never get to the next level." Well, they're not going to get. 99% of them aren't going to get to the next level anyway. Enjoy your sports, enjoy your things, and of course, I think sports is such a great tool for kids. I mean, you learn to not only have team sports, where you learn to get along with people, learn how to share, learn how to enjoy victory, and learn how to lose. You learn how to accept defeat. You learn to do all the things. And then individual sports, which are even more difficult because you got everything on your shoulders that it's all on you. I happen to like that, but and I happen to like team sports too. But I happen to like being responsible for what I had to do and be responsible for winning or responsible for losing. I always thought that was fun.
Explain how your dad's fractured ankle was basically responsible for getting you into ball.
I remember him carrying him in after he played volleyball, and his ankle was all swollen up, and they carried him in. He went down, and they did not find a break in it. Well, he didn't do anything more with it, and he kept getting worse and worse, and finally the doctor said, "Charlie," he says, "I think your ankle's all full of bone spurs and arthritis," and he says, "We need to fix it." So he ended up having 3 operations, and they ended up fusing his ankle, and so he could move this way, but he had no lateral movement. And the doctor said, he'd been working for the last 15 years as a pharmacist. He says, "You need to take up something again that you have to walk." So we moved from the campus to Upper Arlington. We moved to Upper Arlington. He opened another drugstore out in Upper Arlington, and he took up golf, but he couldn't make a game. So he took me, and I carried the bag. And we'd go and we'd walk one hole, and then I would chip and putt and hit a few little shots and have fun while he was resting, and then we'd play another hole and we'd do this thing. And finally he said to me as we got near June, he said, when school's out, he says, "Would you like to learn how to play this game?" Which is what he did with every sport with me. And I said, "Sure." So I went to a class just like every other kid in the club. We had about 60 kids that came to a Friday morning class for Jack Grout. And that was Jack Grout's first year at Scioto Country Club. Jack was 40 years old at the time. Wonderful guy. And after about a week or two, Jack would turn, he says, "Jackie boy, come out here and show these kids how to hit the ball in the air. Jackie boy, come out here and show these kids how to take a divot."
After a week or two.
Yeah, he saw that I was doing things pretty quickly. And so...
quick thing, tell me if this is true. As I read about you, that as a young man, your practice schedule as it pertained to golf was that you'd hit the driving range for 3 to 4 hours, then play 2 rounds of golf, and then putt until dark.
But that's why I ended up playing golf. I didn't need somebody to throw the ball back to me. I didn't need somebody to guard me. I didn't need somebody to hit the ball across the net to me. I could go to the golf course and do what I wanted to do and spend as much time as I wanted. So what I would do is play a couple holes down to the clubhouse, and I'd had to play before 8 o'clock. Juniors had to play before 8 o'clock. So I'd go play before 8 o'clock, play 18 holes. Then I'd come in. We couldn't play till after 4 o'clock then. And so I'd go practice during the afternoon. And then at 4 o'clock, I'd go back out and play another 18 holes. And then it would get dark. And my dad, between that and my dad had me in the drugstore, my dad finally figured out I was better out there than I was at the drugstore. But it was fun.
And you didn't limit yourself to just good weather when it came to playing golf. Explain how you'd practice in the snow and what your coach built.
We had a little Quonset hut, half Quonset hut was put up, and they put a little gas heater in it. They took the temperature up to maybe 55 degrees, and so I had that all winter. And what I would do is that in those days everybody had little practice bags, and the members would have their little marking on their golf balls. So I would borrow everybody's practice bag and hit the balls out in the snow. And then when the snow melted, we'd go out and pick them up and we'd separate them again, and then I'd do it again. But that's what I did.